Well, I'm just saying it's very complex, I'm sure. Like people that are actually addicted.
I know. And that isn't that I mean, wow. I don't know. I never really dove into it as much as I did today, and I was just confused and like questions and trying to compare, not compare, but just find what was similar between the addiction that I have to alcohol and the addiction he had to sex. And then I brought up the, hey, well, this, and he's like, I don't know, man. And then I'm like, well, is that a different class of it? Or the doctor in Texas, he got busted. I was listening to the ticket, and they were talking about it. And this was some time back, but the doctor went to Target, and he waited in the parking lot until a woman got close enough to his car, and he whipped out his dong and was like, hey, look at this, and she's like, ah, and he started to hurry up and started doing stuff to himself. They drove off, and then his license plate said Dr. Smith or whatever. Anyway, they found him because his license plate, he was a real doctor. But like that is always kind of like made me think, man, that would suck to have that kind of thing going on in your brain where you feel like you must do that. I don't know. I was talking to my boss about it, and at first I was having a hard like how like that would suck. Like that's what you need to do to feel like when I would grab a bottle and would drink it. I'm like I'd have that kind of moment. Is that the same thing? And then, I was like, but I have now the willpower to walk past the liquor store and walk past all that in the store and go, no thanks. Is that something that person would have to then train yourself? Hey, man, don't whip out your junk and start spanking it in front of a woman at a Target parking lot? Like,
I would imagine so, yeah. I mean.
And then I was talking to him about the embarrassment. Because then he also did, the guy with the sex addiction, he got into meth. And he said he would combine the two, which I found interesting because I was like, okay, well, did one satisfy the other, or were they flip-flop? Like, if you hooked up with somebody, did you feel bad and then go use the meth? Or did you use the meth and thought, well, I'm going to go hook up with some people? And, vice versa. And he wasn't sure. He said probably a little mixture of both. But, he said that he had to, he come, no pun intended, he had to come clean. It's not a joke. For, to go into treatment, and, so he had to come clean to his family. And he said he flew to Arizona with his dad because I guess there was a sex addiction thing out there, treatment center. And I thought, man, that had been awkward as hell. And he was like, yeah, it was a very interesting, flight. And he went from, I think, Michigan. I think that's where he lived in. Out there. And yeah, I don't know. That'd have been weird, and I could just imagine the things that he would think that his family was saying about him. Because, like, down the line to the cousins or whoever, like, oh yeah, there's so-and-so. Oh no, he's a sex addict. Oh my gosh. It's a horrible person. Sex addict. And he does meth. Oh, Jesus. Oh, the devil got that boy. Like, I don't know. Like, just knowing that people were just, and then he's also of the alternative lifestyle. Oh, and he's gay. And he does meth, and he does the sex stuff with whatever, because he's addicted. Oh, the devil got him good. I don't know. I mean, they might be saying that stuff. But it just seems like all that stuff would just like be really hard to kind of ignore. Mm-hmm. And you would probably create more problems in your head. I probably would, just thinking that, well, everybody is talking about me. And this is what they think of me. I think that would wear on me. If I was in his shoes, that would really wear on me. Mm-hmm. And it's no wonder, that he's having I wouldn't say hard time, but he goes at it very hard for the no pun intended again, for the treatment side of it. He's got to put in actually probably more work than I did, I think. I don't know. Mm-hmm. But it seems like he's got to like stay on top of it and I know, no pun intended again. But it's just so hard, and
Are you done with that yet?
with what? No pun intended. Oh, man.
I'm afraid to say anything.
It's not funny though, but we're just...
I'm really not laughing at the situation. That's terrible. I mean, I can't even imagine. That's, stigma upon stigma upon stigma.
I know. Have you ever had a huge problem like that?
No.
Mm-mm. Yeah. It's just stuff I was thinking about today, and it just really got me thinking, and from the different aspects of it all, and from where he's at versus the doctor versus the guy I met in California or whatever. Not really met, but like those are three different, very different, but still classified the same as far as I'm aware. I'm sure there's other classifications of, I don't know, like just for example, like a drinker. Well, you have an alcoholic, you have a moderate drinker, and you have somebody who just yearly, I don't know. Mm-hmm. I don't know if there's those different classifications or... Well,
it's an obsession, right?
Mm-hmm. I guess. I don't know.
No, I mean, it's an obsession. Drinking, it becomes an obsession. It consumes your thoughts, your mind. Even when you're not drinking, you're thinking about drinking or drugging. You're thinking about drinking or thinking about drugging, So mm-hmm. It's a mental obsession of the mind and the body. So essentially, I mean, like you said, there's a spectrum, I'm sure, moderate to severe. But, I mean, I'm sure the therapeutic approach is probably different. I mean, what do you tell a sex addict? Everything in moderation? You don't tell an alcoholic that.
No, like abstinence, like you don't.
Right.
You don't
That's
even...
what I'm saying. It's different. It's weird.
But see, your body is meant for that, though.
Yeah. Well, people that have a food addiction, what do you tell them? Don't eat.
Oh.
I'm just asking. Maybe. You're the one who came up with this conversation.
I know, right? But. I don't know. That's just so...
We're going to have to consult, I think. Anybody who has an answer to this, let us know.
Mm-hmm. Because when he was just saying it was, nothing, don't do anything. And it seems to me like, and Cat Williams makes a joke about this in one of his stand-ups where he's like, oh yeah, you want to go to the club, and hook up and blah, blah, blah. He's like, now, go in the bathroom, take care of your business, come back out, and see if you're buying that bitch drinks, or whatever he said. Mm. And it's like, nope, because, I don't know, for me, I can relate to that joke, because, oh yeah, there's times where it's like, oh man, and, I'm thinking about this or that, and oh man, I'm so horny or something, and then, normally I don't say it like that in my head, but just saying, take care of some nature stuff, and then boom, you're like, yeah. Definitely not calling her. You're like, definitely not. I don't know. It just changes the way, like, a little before and after, like how men think, at least. I can't speak for women. But it's just like, okay, yeah, why was I thinking about doing that? That's stupid. It was right. I don't know. Somewhere somebody got paid a lot of money to tell people not to do that to themselves. So maybe I should start the other movement, the other side movement, where I'm like, just do it all the time, man. No, that probably wouldn't work either. I don't know, man. I'm just trying to figure this out. I killed a possum yesterday, man. I can't get over it. All right, I'm just kidding, but that's all I got. Have a good night. But that was a lot of talking. That was 25 minutes of me just rambling about sex stuff that I don't know anything about. Just speculation.
I don't either. I have no help with that.
So you're not a sex addict?
No.
You ever just like wake up in the middle of the night like, oh.
I mean, can't say that I haven't, but that doesn't make me a sex addict.
Like every night?
No, not every night.
No? You don't have like a obsession?
I don't think I have a healthy relationship
Well, just
with sex.
Just because you love somebody doesn't make it okay.
Do you feel taken advantage of? Where is this going?
Well,
Trying to turn the tables on me?
no, I'm just throwing it out there because you said it was an obsession, and maybe you don't realize.
I also followed that up with there's I'm sure a spectrum of severity of how obsessed people are with sex or sexual things or sexual acts or what have you. Like I said, I am not familiar with that addiction at all.
Yeah, me neither. So, yeah, like Marty said, if you'd like to come on, help us out. That's not a joke. But if you would, I'd love to talk to somebody about this on the podcast. I mean, maybe I should reach out to an expert, but who's more expert than someone who's going through it?
Right. Yeah.
That's my opinion on that.
Mm-hmm.
And then, what else did I want to hit on today? I think that's kind of pretty much it for me, though, for real. I think. Do you have anything that you want to talk about that you...
Not really, no.
Found intriguing today in recovery? You good?
Just...
Okay. All right. Oh, I did want to throw a little shout out today. I know it's not Shout Out Thursday, but that kind of went away a while ago. But Sparky, guy calls himself Sparky. He's got 6 months, and just a quick rundown on him. He kind of used a lot of childhood trauma, and so he was trying to take care of that with substance use, and he's starting to figure it out. He just got 6 months, and he was proud, but he had just gotten out of a relationship. And he said that he really, really, really thought about drinking. And then he called a buddy that he was with in rehab. And he said, he talked me out of it, man. And I'm so glad because now I got that 6 month chip. And he's like, I finished my album. He's a musician, very talented too. And he's like, I'm so grateful that I didn't, drink, and who knows where I would have been, and I probably wouldn't have finished the album. And it's cool. I'm looking forward to hearing it, really, actually. And so I just wanted to tell him that I'm proud of him, and the fact that he did make that call. That's one of the hardest things to do, is to call somebody. I never did. So you're doing better than me, man. Mm-hmm. Just get some more time. And I sent him a thing for a recovery coach training, and was like, here you go, man. And the reason why I did that is because, and I did that to George too, and a few other friends, because why not? If that's something that they can take that can help them learn more about themselves and help others, and be more mindful when they're doing it, when they're, having conversations, are they truly listening to what the other person's saying? They'll probably learn, like, now don't make fun of them and make up possum stories about the whole family dying. That's probably not what you should do. But, at least they can take it, they can not, but.
I would encourage it for anyone. Mm-hmm. I really would.